Hi,
Hi, everybody.
welcome to MVB TV. And once again, I'm going to be the host today. With me, I have the angel. Can you please mention your name?
Angel Malini and King Boateng.
Thank you.
Nana for King in your
Yes.
country? Yes. Okay, my
I
Nana.
say angel, you have to give me another name for angel.
Hey, what's the? I guess the opposite of angel. What is the support of angel? Angelic? I don't know.
Okay.
Anointed cherubim.
Yes, that one is good.
You're funny.
Okay, so today's question is going to be interesting because
Okay.
a friend, like I said, sometimes you get these questions, and this one
Your
is
friends are interesting. Bring the questions.
it's
I'll
funny
ask.
and interesting. So the question is, why does most women look beautiful after divorce?
Simple now. No stress.
Who said that?
The yoke has been laid down.
Which yoke?
the yoke of carrying
The whole egg.
a
not the
troublesome.
yolk.
The yoke. The Bible said, bring your yoke to the Lord, and He will carry the burden. So the burden has been lifted. I'm assuming. Yeah, they are free.
From who? From themselves?
They are persecutor. They are troublemaker.
They are own
They are
enemy.
frustrator.
No.
Well, I mean, I feel like maybe when people get to that stage, they've been going through series and series of absolute misery. So the misery has been put down. I mean, I haven't been divorced before, and I don't want to. Don't divorce me, or
I'm not.
I won't divorce you too.
I'm not going to.
We are
Ultra,
one.
yeah. But
Do Jesus come? Do us part?
Amen. Yeah, God keep us and hold us.
God keep us. Yeah.
Yeah. So
hard.
that there are so many views,
Mm-hmm.
around why, like I said, we talking about this. Why
Yeah.
it seems like when people come out, it's not just the women, but even the men. When people come out of divorce, then they look more handsome, they look more beautiful. But when they were actually
Question:
together,
Who's viewing? Who's viewing them?
it's the people
Yeah.
around. Normally, it's the people,
Okay.
the community that they see these people from.
Okay.
Right? They are the ones that sees them.
Well, I think like if they were always looking sad and distraught and unkempt when they had a partner, and now that that partner is gone, and all of a sudden they have metamorphosized. Was it? Is it? They've gone through metamorphosis.
From
like
who?
like a butterfly.
Please.
It's like now they are coming to themselves. They are changing colors. They have a pep in their step. You know.
So what happened to doing all of these things when you were together?
Well, maybe the partner was not allowing them that freedom. Or maybe
That
their partner was
true.
controlling how they dress and the makeup they put on, if they are putting on makeup.
I agree with these.
Because there are some guys, like I'll just use from like some of the movies that we've watched, right? And it happens in real life, like where you met this girl maybe in church and that kind of thing. The girl used to dress nice, 6-figure, nice dresses and everything. Then the moment the girl gets married, now they don't want other guys to view her like that. So they want the woman to start dressing in these frocks and all that stuff. And because she doesn't want to fight with her husband, she would dress like that to appease him, because when you marry somebody, they have kind of like their own taste and that kind of thing, and it's all about compromise. So sometimes I think that's what happens. And also life.
I get that point, and I
Children,
absolutely
work,
I agree with you.
the stress of giving
So
home.
somebody brought out a view that is because they are back on the single market, where
True.
you have to put in all the effort.
Oh, yeah.
But the sad part is, if you are going to do this, why don't you do them when you are together with somebody?
Well, I mean, if the person is allowing you, because the thing is, if you're in a miserable relationship, right, and then the person doesn't see anything good in you, you can dress nice, you can try to be sexy, buy the most luxurious lingerie to keep things alive. But if the person is not looking at you, it's like they're looking at a dead log. But if you wear the same thing and somebody outside sees it, they look at you differently. So I think it depends on your partner. Your partner puts value on you. So when your partner is not putting that value on you, sometimes you probably just don't care. You're like, why should you make yourself up and look pretty if the person never comments you? It's like, for example, a girl, your wife goes and gets her hair done. She buys new shoes and a nice dress, and she comes home. She got the nice perfume, and she dresses up, and you're going to church. You don't even look her way. But when you get to church, somebody else is like, wow, you look very nice. You look very sexy. So I think it depends on the value you're placing on your spouse. If you place more value, the person will want to do better for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah,
But if you don't care, why would I go broke going to buy lingerie to look great for you if you're not looking?
But isn't it what we normally
people
hear
don't care.
is mostly you are doing these
Mhm.
for yourself, to better yourself, to
Oh yeah.
to look good for yourself. So
Yeah.
because your partner didn't
Mhm.
compliment you when you put them on,
Yeah.
I don't think that should be that the result of you giving up on taking.
Well, I mean, I don't think you're giving up on yourself sometimes, but I feel like when you're in those kind of relationships, you start losing your self-esteem. Let's say the
That's
person
right.
is always tearing you down. I don't think people do it consciously, but it's just the environment you find yourself. So let's say you're in an environment where everybody is just beating you down all the time. If you don't consciously make an effort to come out of it, at some point you're just going to, I don't know, you're just going to be depressed and all that stuff. And unfortunately, when you're unhappy, it shows on your face. And when you're happy, it shows on your face too.
That's
so
true.
so your partner, I believe strongly it's your partner's responsibility to make sure that you brighten up.
Yeah,
See how this boy look fine. I'm doing a good job.
I always do.
Exactly.
But thank you
Your
for that,
cheeks are all plump and everything. You are fed well, taken care of. I'm telling you, you look handsome. Like, great job, baby. You've done well.
Thank you.
So if you don't have a partner like that, you will suffer.
So another view was like, I get your point you're coming from.
Yeah.
Some people come, especially the women, is because they start looking like that. When people like women are single, they get other
Well, I mean, you also
possible men
totally
that will finance their life. Because I'm sure since you got married, most of your friends that were close to you be like, now you are married and okay, communications is a bit cut off and short. So even if you need help, right? When you go, even if you summon the courage to go to them and say I need like financial help, they are going to turn the other way. Why? Because they think you have a guy.
Well, yeah, they always think like
right.
You have you're
someone
being funded by somebody
you
else.
have a guy, so you are not.
Yeah.
But when you are single, anything goes. So some of these women, when they are back from being together, like they get these funds from other guys that because of that they're able to make life.
Well, I mean, like when you're single and you meet other men that want to take care of you, there's no reason for you to say no, right? Because you're free.
Because like the question,
it's not like you're searching for money. It's like maybe you just happen to meet.
They are searching.
No, we're not searching for money. We're searching for good men. But if the men come with money, it's a gray perk. So, cause why should you be suffering from one suffering to another? I reject it. I reject poverty in Jesus' name. Anyway,
I agree.
I won't get there because the Lord will not do me this.
Yeah, I agree, but like on a more serious note, like some of these things, like even before people get into married and start into big open relationship where the people around know their relationship. Yeah. Most of the women, it's not just like
even guys too.
I mean, it's people look more handsome, more beautiful.
Because you're making an effort to look that way for the dates,
So what happened to when they are like the relationship that they were in ended? Then because most of the times when people, and it's obvious, like people in relationship,
Mm-hmm.
some, I'm not going to take this away, just to clarify, there are some people that really look good
Yeah.
for
Well
them
put together.
for them being in the relationship,
Mm-hmm.
right? The before and after, when you see them before and then
Have you seen that before? Just kidding.
and then them in the relationship, they look way
better.
better in all aspects compared to before they got into the relationship, right? And then the other one, where
the other one?
where
Oh God.
they come out of the relationship or the marriage, then that is when they look beautiful. I understand you said, oh, maybe the partner didn't allow them to freely
Sometimes,
to do that, right? Which I absolutely agree with that sometimes, right?
It's a lot of factors.
But before you get into these, I know some of these are some of the things to talk about. These are some of the things to address before you actually say yes, I do. Let's continue with this, right?
I think it's mostly like the level of your relationship, the health of your relationship, will determine like your appearance. If you're stressed, if whether you're not in a relationship or not, when you're stressed, it shows on your physical body, right? They're like they always say. I remember one time we need to going to see the doctor, and the doctor was like, "Do you sit a lot when you're working?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Is your work stressful?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, these things will start taking effect and show in your in your belly or your face and that kind of thing. So it depends." And then they'll tell you, "Oh, you have to meditate, you have to do these things." They are physical things, or you have to work out, go to the pool, go to the gym, and that kind of thing. So I feel like when your physical body, emotional health, spiritual health is under duress, under stress, it's going to affect you as a person.
I absolutely agree.
And like normally when people are very stressed out, they don't have energy to pick themselves up. You know what I mean? But when you're not stressed, but even when you're stressed, but like when things are not that bad to that level, you still can have things to look forward to. You have things to be excited for. Like you're excited to go for dates. But if, let's say, for example, you have a partner that is always complaining, always fighting with you, always looking down on you, they are never satisfied. At some point, no matter how much you are trying, it's going to start like tearing your spirit down. So the health of your relationship is very important while you are in the marriage and also before you're in the marriage, because that would determine how you stay.
Okay.
Don't stress each other out. Help each other out. Because sometimes I think for women, and it's conversations I've had with a lot of women, like they lose themselves the moment they get married.
Yeah, that is like a common thing that we normally hear.
Because you're focusing on your husband, trying to make sure your husband is fine. You're trying to make sure your children are okay. And most women, especially in America, it's a little different in other countries because they have help. You also have to go to work, and then the little time you have, if you can still keep up with your friendships, those that are available. And sometimes you lose friends because they feel like you don't have time for them. They feel like you're prioritizing your husband, and then on top of that, you have to cater to your own family and your husband's family, and you're only one person. So by the time all these things are done, it's really not stress, but it takes a toll on you as a person. So you really need to have outlets. If your person is adding to stress after you're doing all this for them, yeah, you will be looking like an old haggard lady. And then when they are gone, you will be like, I'm a butterfly, like a fly. I'm free, because you don't have to deal with the in-laws again. If you have children, yeah, you maintain your children, but that's like, you have to deal with the in-laws, you have to deal with the nasty partner. That's like half of your baggage gone. But I'm not saying go and get rid of people. I'm just saying this is the reason why some people tend to look better after the separation. The weight is gone. They can breathe and sleep in peace and eat in peace. Like this show we were watching before, The girl could eat food without the husband tearing her down because she was getting big after she got children. So any plate she would touch to try and eat, he would hammer and tear her down until to a point where she was getting ulcers because she was starving herself. And by the time, everybody realizes, the doctors were like, wow, she was almost in a death situation. So I'm saying if you have a person like that, yeah, you're going to look terrible. So it's up to your partner to help you look better. If you see your partner is not looking their best, something's wrong.
Sometimes they don't even listen.
How?
Because you are telling them this is the right step to take and this is the right thing to do.
But how are you telling them? That's the question.
Sometimes I know I've said this a few times to you, but when a message is said to you or delivered onto you,
yeah,
right? So far as the message is true, sometimes you don't have to think and worry about how it was delivered.
But when it hurts you, will think about it.
The truth is, yes, it's going to hurt. I'm not going to dispute that. Right. But what the person is telling you, is it true? Like someone comes to you, you are from Ghana. Yes, I'm from Ghana, so.
Well, I mean, like, it depends on the message being delivered. Because if the message is demeaning and it's tearing somebody's spirit down, you can't expect them to just accept it because you just said it is the truth. And one thing I always say is, like, before someone even says it, right? 90% of the time, a person already knows. Like, the situation.
I know, like I said to you, you have heard this a few times. My dad always say this. If there is something wrong with me and you are going to come to tell me, you are going to call me my husband. Please.
I feel like yo.
Please. This situation is not the best of you.
Yeah.
Can you please change it? Can you do something to fix it? Can you do this right to make it right? Right.
It's see the way you came.
Right.
Calmly.
Okay.
Nicely.
So let's say there's another person going to tell me the same thing. But this person is not my brother, it's not my sister, it's not my parent, it's not my wife.
You're not.
Right? What the person is going to say is, you are such a fool. Why can't you just solve this issue?
Exactly. The fact that you insulted me and I'm a human being, if the Holy Spirit is not tying me down, you might receive the same insult. But because we are the Holy Spirit, we're like, okay, God, let's just breathe and take it in.
So all that I'm trying to say is the fact that you sat me down calmly and nicely and said, my husband, this is the situation. Please, let's find a way to fix it.
And do the same thing.
And someone came from outside and told me, because you are a fool, you should have fixed it. They are all saying the same thing.
I'll be like, thank you very much. I'll fix it. You are a fool too.
So they are all talking about the same situation, right? By the way it came. So it's up to me to fix it so that I don't give room for these occurrences to happen again. That is what I'm trying to say.
Right, but that's like I understand it's the same point of view. Like you're putting the same statement, but there are ways to put it across without
excuse me.
Without destroying the person.
What I'm trying to say is this word is not fair. Nobody live as your parent because we are not all from the same parent.
It's not fair, but if you insult someone and they insult you back, that's when you realize it's not fair.
Don't give room for people to come and even have that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So don't start it too.
Not even don't start it. When the message comes, if it's true, take it and fix it.
Well, if you said
that is true. That is the whole point.
But by the time, like sometimes it takes a while for a certain hard truths to really sink in. Like you get the message, you understand what the person is saying, but like all I'm trying to say is just because you put across a point cruelly to someone doesn't mean you can get it resolved. Like the person will get it, but they will harbor it in their heart.
I get that part,
Uh-huh.
right?
So do it nice. Be kind to people.
I'm not going to say
Mhm.
just be disrespectful
Anyhow,
and all of
yeah.
that. My whole message is, however it comes to you,
Try
my
not to
part,
kill somebody.
my part is to take the message
Uh-huh.
and fix it,
True.
right? If I'm to say, oh, because you insulted me and said it, so it's not true.
Well,
I'm
but there are
deceiving
people
myself.
that stab you, right? And then they want to make themselves feel like they're okay. Those people are narcissists. It should not be like that. Like for real.
I like,
Because there are people that are like that, you know, they really think, oh, they are saints. They go and stab you and create wounds and wounds, and then they are the same people that are expecting you to just accept it and become. God says, be wise. Run away from serpents, like for real. I'm telling you. Take it, but don't take people for granted too.
No, I'm not saying take people for granted, right?
Mm-hmm.
When people tell you the stories or their story,
I will listen.
you listen. That is what I'm trying to say. You listen,
Mm-hmm.
right? Whichever way they choose to say it to you, that is them. Because if you focus on always the delivery, because it matters. I'm not going to say it doesn't.
Matters, though.
It does,
Yeah.
right? Like, because when you sit the person down and talk to the person, sometimes even if the person is upset, it will calm everything down.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember we had an episode about the tongue and the mouth. Whatever you say, it can cause a fight. It can bring peace. So it does matter. But what I'm
because
trying
when
to
you
say,
are heated, ain't nobody thinking about
what I'm trying to say is,
accept it as it
when
is.
someone is saying something to you,
Yeah.
even though the delivery is not how you expected it to be, right? My point is, take the message and do your part from it, right? The message is not how you want it, but it has been delivered. All you have
Are
to
you a
do
prophet?
is take it and do the best that you can.
You said the message has been delivered. Deliver the message well.
And so that at least
it's only the prophets, the one that said, like, touch not the anointed, or the wrath of God will come. But you can't just go to people and be insulting people because you're bringing a message. It will not end well with you.
So my dear sisters and brothers who are in relationship, it's best to keep yourself.
Yes.
Not when only you come out of the relationship, like I keep mentioning earlier. When people come back onto the singles market, that is when they want to keep themselves.
Because you want a new contender, a new candidate.
Right. So take care of yourself, fix yourself in and out of the relationship or the marriage. You don't wait for the relationship or the marriage to come to an end before you try to take care of yourself. Right. And
also help your partner if you think your partner is not looking their top-notch best. It's your responsibility.
Yes.
Because you are the first mirror that people, that your partner will see before people see them. So mirror your partner well. Like, yes. If something is out of place, your partner is getting out of the house and they got blankets in their hair, it's your point to take it out before they go and meet people.
Yes.
They're a representation of you, whether you like it or not.
Absolutely. So,
like my brother-in-law always says, you are an extension of the family. You represent your husband, and you represent your wife. So learn. It is well, people. We are sharing our journey, so we don't be like the people you're talking about.
Yes, we don't want to be like that. So, please,
God forbid,
just take care of yourself whilst you are in the market, in the singles market. Take care of yourself whilst you are in the relationship, in the marriage. And don't just always wait to be out of the market before you wait for other guys to come in and sponsor you. Take care of yourself and don't give room. And if anybody who is in a relationship and the other partner, either the guy or the lady, is not giving room for
improvement.
Please, we plead that you allow your partner to also be themselves, to also grow and learn, just as you saw them when
You met them
met
initially.
them.
Yeah. And listen to each other.
Yeah. So
You're here to grow together.
thank you.
You look good, you make your partner look good. They look good, they make you look good. They look bad, my God, you're the talk of the town. Point given. You said deliver. I'm delivering. My husband is flabbergasted. Please speak your mind.
Okay, I'm back. So thank you. Thank you for listening. Please let us hear your views on this. That what are some of the reasons why when people are divorced or people come out of relationship, they look beautiful and handsome than when they are in their marriage or relationship.
Yeah, marriage is a suffocation.
So we plead that you like, you share, and comment. Give us your questions. Give us some of the things to talk about as we journey on this together.
Yeah.
Thank you, and have a blessed day. Enjoy more of our videos.
Goodbye, MVB
Bye.
Life family.